Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to the June 21st edition of Carry Your Cross. This is the first edition officially of the summertime. Can you believe it? I know it's been 100 degrees for the last 2 or 3 weeks, but we are officially in summer. I'm so thankful to have the opportunity to be with you again today and you with me. I so look forward to this, and I pray that you do as well. And my heart is absolutely full. You want to know why? There's many reasons. But this past week, last week, of course, we had Vacation Bible School. Vacation Bible School is something that, to me and to others, especially the children, Vacation Bible School is the highlight of summertime. It is something that I believe is a big deal. And over the course of last week, I believe that we had on average about 123 children per night, along with 60 adults. So, 183 total. I believe that this was the largest Vacation Bible School that Mount Calvary Baptist Church has ever had. And I could not be more excited about what I saw, what I heard, the kids singing and playing and doing crafts and being together, eating together, but ultimately learning together. And one of the things that I want to talk to you about today is one of the truths that the children learned during Vacation Bible School. This year's theme was about construction and cranes and bulldozers and building and hammers and hard hats and vests. I mean, it was just out of this world. But one of the truths that was taught is that every single one of us have to build our lives on a solid foundation. Of course, our foundation as believers is built upon the reality of Jesus Christ. So that is the gist of what I want to talk to you about for the next few moments. You understand that Jesus taught many of his lessons in parables. Many times he would share individually, other times he would share with large, just overwhelming crowds. And one particular parable that he shares is found right here within God's Word in Matthew chapter 7. It pertains to building or builders. There are two particular builders here. One does something that Jesus approves of and builds his foundation upon the rock, and the other one chooses not to embrace a solid foundation and builds his house upon the sand. And you've heard this before, I'm sure, but I just want to read it to you right now. This is Matthew 7, beginning in verse 24. Jesus says, "Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them may be compared to a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house, and yet it did not fall, for it had been founded on the rock. Everyone who hears these words of mine and does not act on them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. The rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew, slammed against that house, and it fell, and great was its fall." When Jesus had finished these words, the crowds were amazed at his teaching, for he was teaching them as one having authority and not as their scribes. So you understand the story straight from Jesus' mouth as well as his heart. And his intent was to let people know that storms are always going to be real in their lives. I don't know about you, but I do not like storms. When the clouds start rolling in and there's thunder and the lightning crashes and the rain starts falling and the wind starts blowing, I tend to get, very uneasy at times. And I'm sure whether you're afraid of storms or not, you have made to feel uneasy within certain storms as well. But Jesus says when those storms come, The wise man will have built his house upon the rock. Why? Because the foundation is sure. The foundation goes deep. The foundation is what holds, the rest of the house up. A builder does not begin by building a roof, does he or she? No, you always begin with the foundation. And then he shifts gears and says those who choose not to build on a solid foundation is like those who are building their house upon sand. Now, I know that so many of you have been to the beach, and you know what it's like when you sit on the beach and you put your feet in the sand and the waves come in. What happens? Well, the sand all around your feet, it kind of washes away. Of course, sand is not in any way a solid foundation. And Jesus, I believe, is calling all of us to embrace him in a way that we can be assured that when the storms of life come, and they will come, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. But when they come, Jesus desires for us to find our solace, our peace, our protection, our foundation in him. And I pray today that no matter who you are, no matter what you're facing, no matter what situations are rolling into your life, or maybe you're leaving some situations behind, but no matter what is happening in your life, I pray that you'll give Jesus Christ a shot. I pray that you will depend upon him with all of your heart, all of your soul, all of your mind, and all of your strength. Because in the end, when the storms do make their way into your lives as well as mine, Jesus is our only foundation. Until next time, this is Pastor Lane Collins right here at Mount Calvary Baptist Church. I love this church. I love leading this church. And I love you and your family. And I look forward in the days ahead to possibly meeting you as well as the members of your family, if I have not had that opportunity as of yet. But up until that time, know that you are being prayed for, you are loved, and ultimately you can find your sure foundation upon the person of Christ. Keep carrying your cross and keep influencing the world around you for the sake of Christ. God bless you, and I love you. See you next time.